The Voice AI Talk Series.
Hi everyone, welcome to Voice AI Talk series brought to you by Gyani.ai, where we speak to practitioners, technology, and business leaders about their perspective on voice AI. And today I have the pleasure of hosting Krishna Shariat, who's the Chief Data and Analytics Officer and Head of Digital at Zoetis. Welcome to the show, Krishna.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Coming to today's topic, we are today going to discuss about the role of data analytics and voice AI together in the field of healthcare, right? So you've been a strong advocate of data-driven practices throughout your professional career. So starting off our discussion, we've seen huge progress in data analytics in the last decade, especially in the field of big data analytics. So what's your perspective on how customer data in specific will shape the future of healthcare?
I think across healthcare, just like every other industry, digital disruption, and I define digital as the big D digital, which is a superset of data, analytics, AI, information and communication technologies, and their intersect with healthcare. So that kind of a digital disruption is pervasive across healthcare. And pandemic, of course, has been a big turbo booster for digital innovation across healthcare, whether it is advancements in telehealth or remote monitoring of patients. Many different aspects of healthcare has seen a resurgence from a digital innovation standpoint. And data analytics as a part of it has gone through a significant transformation in how healthcare is approached. So if you, for example, look at the biopharmaceutical industry and manufacturing of medicines and vaccines, it is unbelievable to me that you could go from identification of a potential target for vaccine in February and have the vaccine in human beings by December. When you think of the how much time it goes towards early asset research, discovery of the medicine, then going through phase one, phase two, phase three clinical trials, these things take time. Now you're talking about compression into less than a year. And a significant part of that story is the data and analytics. How can you visualize the potential implications of a compound in instead of through animal and human testing in kind of a data and analytic and mechanistic models? How do you optimize your clinical trials by precision targeting patient population? How do you then determine what are the potential dosages through a lot of analytics and compute? So analytics is just one in this case, it's just one example in medicines discovery, how data and analytics is helping to compress time and get medicines out to patients faster. That is true in every aspect of healthcare, whether it is the delivery of healthcare to patients, the telehealth, um, data analytics is a big part of it. I'm a type 2 diabetes patient. So when I use a patch on my arm to monitor my blood sugar level all the time, I use a phone, wave the phone across the patch, get the reading, share that with the app to my physician, and we are able to have a conversation. And I'm able to do real-time data monitoring myself, knowing where my blood sugar level is all through the day, and I can share it anytime with my physician. So another example of how an appropriate usage of data and appropriate analytics along with it can really shape the outcomes differently in healthcare. It is true in human health, and what I've found in over the last 9, 10 months is that it is true in animal health as well. So I think that is here to stay. Now the question is, how do we unlock it in a way that protects people's privacies, eliminate some of the digital trust issues, and then how do you wield it in a way that you don't create a digital divide? The haves and have-nots in the economic spectrum. How do you avoid that happening in the healthcare space as well, so that it benefits society broadly?
Right, that's quite interesting, Krishna. So talking about crunching numbers, which you've been doing, all your professional life, right? So how important you think is voice data, in enhancing customer experience, especially in a healthcare environment?
I think there is a lot of potential for it, and I think we have only scratched the surface of how whether it is voice to text or what I would call voice to action sequence can be done in healthcare. And now, if I take US healthcare as an example, if you go as a patient to a healthcare provider, let's say you have some kind of a treatment that you need to do, you go to a primary care physician, then you get referred to a specialist, then you go to the hospital. In each step of the way, you find that you are in what I would call paper and form hell, where you have to go through multiple rounds of entering repetitive information at each point, where the data never seems to co-travel with it. Now, one aspect of that chain can be automated if you're able to have that voice to text and voice to action translation fast, so that the whole process can be shortened if you, by an effective usage of the patient being able to say it gets transferred into text and the forms get filled out. And not only that, that data co-travels with the patient when they go from one physician to another or one provider to another, eliminating so much of this repetitive aspect and improving the patient experience. Besides that, when you look at any manufacturer, they all have so many medical call centers that operate with high subject matter expertise talent. Because when you get an incoming call, it's not like your regular call center call. You really need medical proficiency to be able to distinguish whether it is an adverse event kind of a complaint or a general question about this and others. So a voice AI that is able to be accompanied by the right medical lexicon, medical dictionary, as well as additional AI cognitive capabilities that goes along with it. So it's just not a question of a voice to text, but accompanying with intelligence that is able to distinguish whether it is a general purpose call, it is for a specific medical reason where the redirection needs to happen, and then appropriate support can also lead to a lot of optimization of how support is done and lead to better customer experience. So there are many aspects of it where voice AI could be a fundamental digital enabler of how it could accelerate customer experience. But the tricky part is going to be, how do you do that in a way that it fits with the flow? In healthcare, the problem has been that if I just take the example of the various big tech experiments in healthcare, for the last 5 years, I've been hearing that the Google, Amazon, Microsoft of the world are going to disrupt healthcare and fundamentally shift it. And the pace of change and pace of their intervention has been slow, primarily because of the complexity of healthcare. Healthcare compared to any other industry, one, high regulatory barrier. Second is the complexity of the ecosystem of how healthcare is delivered and who pays for it and all that. And then the fit of any technological solution with the workflow. So if you're thinking of something that impacts a physician, how does it impact the physician's workflow? If you're thinking about something that it impacts a patient, how does that fit into the whole life cycle of that patient experience? So as far as voice AI is concerned, I'm really convinced that it has a critical role to play and it can really add to better customer experience. But the innovators in that space will have to think about, how do you fit that in a seamless way into the workflow so that it doesn't add more work to a physician, or it doesn't lead to more steps for a patient, etc. So that's the part that requires a little bit of designing.
Right, right. Certainly makes sense, right? I mean, from what I've been watching and hearing, so I see voice AI playing a very critical role in digitization goals of any company in the field of healthcare. And yes, that seems to be the right path forward, right? So, talking about your role at Zoetis in particular, right? So, Zoetis being one of the largest animal health companies in the world. So I was just curious to find out how different is the scheme of things, in crunching data of humans versus data of animals. Is it the same scheme of things, or it works differently there?
I think the fundamentals are the same in terms of the impact of data and analytics is same, but there is a lot of differences as well. When you think about animal health, and if you think about Zoetis particularly, we are a global company. 50% of our business is in the U.S., roughly 50% international. We focus on companion animals, and then we focus on livestock across poultry, equine, cattle, and other similar segments. So when you think about the data and analytics for that, one, animal health, the data landscape is not as mature as human health. So in human health, one of the biggest emergent disciplines over the last few years is this field of real world data. It used to be that when you think about medicines, the data is of medicine and its impact on humans is largely centered around the data collected during clinical trials. But what has happened over the last few years with the advancements in data and analytics is the real world data, the data collected from the real world usage of patients and the longitudinal tracing of that patient through the full treatment and post-treatment life cycle has become a big source of innovation in clinical research as well as drug discovery, etc. Similar data is not there in animal health yet. So I think the big potential in animal health is there are significant opportunity to advance that real world type of data about animal health, population health, beyond what companies collect as a natural part of their process. There is opportunities to look at digital health variants in animal health. We already do that significantly in Zoetis. One of the biggest parts of our business is diagnostics. And last year, we rolled out one of the first companies to roll out AI in animal health for disease detection. So I think there is a potential of digital health monitoring using AI um, and camera vision and other technologies to monitor animals, their feeding habits, their health habits, and then being able to assist the producer or the farmer to make better decisions around treatments and disease preventions, etc., is a big field. So I think we have, compared to human health, animal health is a less mature. But on the flip side, animal health, because of the way the animal health industry is, I think it has the potential to move through innovation cycles faster. In human health, because of so many regulatory barriers, not that animal health doesn't have regulatory barriers, but I think it is less burdensome and less friction. And there is a lot more direct connection between companies like Zoetis, who's in medicines, vaccines, and diagnostics, and the customer, which is the farmer, producer, or the animal health owner. You could really accelerate the cycles of innovation as far as data analytics is concerned. So less mature compared to human health. A lot of commonalities as far as data and analytics application is concerned, but a lot more potential to innovate faster.
Thanks a lot for joining us today. It's a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you for listening to the Voice AI Talk series.